My child, yes, you, the one listening in the quiet desperation of your heart. I know why you have come here. I know the question that has been screaming into the void of your soul, a silent cry that has defined this season of your life. My God, where are you? Why this deafening silence? You have waited by the window of your hope for so long, watching promises pass by on the horizon, never stopping at your door. You have grown accustomed to the sound of nothing, the echo of prayers that seem to hit a ceiling of brass and fall back to the earth unanswered. The silence has become your unwanted companion, a heavy blanket of doubt that you carry from the moment you wake until you fall into a restless sleep. You have interpreted this silence as rejection, as proof of your unworthiness, or perhaps worst of all, as a sign of my absence. You have begun to believe the enemy's lie, that I have forgotten you, that your file has been lost in the vast archives of heaven. You believe that your stumbling upon this message is a coincidence, a random result of an algorithm, a desperate search that led you to just another video. But I want you to hear me now in the deepest part of your spirit. There are no accidents in my kingdom. I have orchestrated this moment. I have scheduled this divine appointment. I leaned down from heaven and guided your hand, your eyes, your very heart to this exact place at this exact time because I heard you. I did not hear your words, for you have run out of them. I heard your silence. I heard the agony within it, the exhaustion, the single flickering flame of hope that you have protected against the winds of despair. And I am here now to break that silence. This is not just another message to be consumed. This is the beginning of the dialogue your soul has been thirsting for. This is my reply. Listen closely to my voice. The season of silence you have endured was not a punishment. It was not abandonment. It was a holy preparation. In the quiet, I was cultivating a strength in you that you did not know you possessed. In the waiting, I was deepening the roots of your faith so that you could withstand the weight of the blessing I have prepared for you. In the stillness, I was protecting you from battles you could not see and from paths that would have led you astray. Every moment you felt forgotten, you were actually being forged. Every tear you cried watered the seed of your miracle. My plan for you is complete, whole, and perfect, lacking nothing. I have been working all things together for your good, even when all you could perceive was stillness. If you believe in the perfection I am now bringing forth in your life, I want you to affirm this as an act of powerful faith. Declare it in the comments with the number 7 as a testament to your trust in my perfect and divine timing. Let it be a sign to all of heaven that you are ready. And so I declare over you right at this moment, as my words enter your spirit, that the season of preparation is now complete. The time of waiting is finished. The purpose of the silence has been fulfilled. The chapter of stillness is over. A new season is dawning for you, a season of my voice, a season of movement, a season of answers, and a season of sudden breakthrough. Do not turn away. Do not let your weariness convince you to leave. For what I am about to speak over you in the next few moments will not only explain the silence of your past, but will completely reshape the landscape of your future. Stay with me. The conversation has just begun. Before I tell you of the future, I must first sit with you in the pain of your past. For a true dialogue to begin, you must know without a shadow of a doubt that I have been listening all along. You must understand that your suffering was never invisible to me. I was there for every moment of it. I was there as you knelt your knees aching on the hard floor, your voice raw from weeping, offering me the most desperate prayers of your life. You poured out your heart like a drink offering, holding nothing back. You begged, you pleaded, you bargained. and your words, so full of faith and fire, seemed to hit an invisible, unyielding wall, shattering and falling uselessly at your feet. I saw the hope in your eyes dim with each prayer that was met with silence. You felt as though you were screaming in a vast spiritual desert, and the only reply was the echo of your own breaking heart. The silence from heaven was so profound, so absolute, that it began to feel like an entity in itself, a cold, mocking presence that confirmed your deepest fears. You looked up to the heavens for a sign, a whisper, a nudge, anything to let you know I was there. And you received nothing. I want you to know I saw that. I felt the weight of every unanswered word. I did not turn away. I was there in the sacred assembly, surrounded by a chorus of praise while your own heart was sinking like a stone. You listened as others shared their testimonies, stories of my miraculous intervention, my sudden provision, my healing touch. You saw the job that you had prayed for given to another. You heard of the reconciliation in a family while your own remained broken. You witnessed the financial breakthrough for a friend while your own situation grew more desperate. And I saw the war that raged within you in those moments. I saw the genuine, beautiful part of your heart that was happy for them, the part that lifted your hands and forced your mouth to say, "Praise God for you." But I also saw the secret, wounded part of your soul that was silently screaming. The part that was pierced with the hot shame of jealousy and the bitter sting of injustice. A poisonous question whispered by the accuser, but fueled by your pain, began to take root in your heart. But what about me, Father? Why them and not me? Am I the lesser child? Is your love earned? Did I do something wrong to deserve this silence? Oh, my beloved, that question grieved my heart, not because it was sinful, but because it was born of such profound pain. The silence you were experiencing was already a heavy burden, but it became almost unbearable when it was contrasted with the sound of my voice in the lives of others. It made your isolation feel targeted, personal, and profoundly cruel. I saw your forced smile. I saw the tears you held back until you were alone. I saw you fighting to celebrate the harvest in your neighbor's field while your own ground remained barren and dry. And I watched as this prolonged silence began its slow, corrosive work on your faith. Do you remember how you began this journey? Your trust was vibrant, your hope was a roaring fire. You believed with all your heart that your breakthrough was just around the corner. But the days turned into weeks, the weeks into months, and the months for some of you have turned into years. And the constant, unrelenting silence began to erode that beautiful faith. It was like water dripping on a stone, slowly, imperceptibly at first, but relentlessly, until cracks began to form in your certainty. Your quiet time with me, once a source of joy and refuge, slowly transformed into a heavy obligation. Reading. My word felt like trying to draw water from a dry well. The pages were just words devoid of the life they once held for you. Prayer became a mechanical recitation of needs, a ritual performed out of duty rather than intimacy. Worship became a matter of going through the motions, mouthing lyrics that your heart could no longer affirm. The fire of expectation within you dwindled to a flicker, and then to a few dying embers of religious habit. The relationship became a ritual. The intimacy became an obligation. The vibrant hope became a dull, gray habit. You feel as if your hope, your dreams, and your faith itself have died. But I am the God of resurrection. I am the one who calls forth life from the tomb on the third day. Your situation may look and feel like a grave, but I am breathing new life into those dead places even now. If you are ready to believe in the resurrection power I am releasing over your circumstances, I want you to make a prophetic declaration. Affirm it by typing the number 3 in the comments below. Let it be a sign that you are choosing to believe in life, even in the face of death. And through all of this, the heaviest burden of all was the one you carried in secret, the crushing weight of pretending to be strong. You wore a mask, and you wore it so well. In front of your family, your friends, your church community, you projected an image of unwavering faith. You were the one offering encouragement to others. You were the one quoting scriptures about my faithfulness. You smiled, you nodded, you said amen in all the right places, all while your inner world was collapsing into dust. You were terrified that if anyone saw the truth, the depth of your doubt, the extent of your despair, you would be judged. Or worse, you would cause their own faith to stumble. So you carried the burden alone. But I saw you. I saw you when the mask came off. I was there in the car after you left the church service when the first silent tear finally traced a path down your cheek. I was there when you stood under the shower, letting the sound of the water muffle the sound of your racking sobs. I was there at 3 a.m, when the entire world was asleep, and you laid awake staring into the darkness, wrestling with a loneliness so profound it felt like a physical ache. I saw you when you would look in the mirror and no longer recognize the weary, defeated person staring back. I saw the moments you wanted to give up completely. I saw the real you, the broken you, the exhausted you, the you that felt utterly and completely abandoned. I saw it all. And my heart did not turn from you in judgment. It broke with yours in perfect compassion. Your pain was never not for 1 second invisible to me. It has all been recorded. It has all been seen, and it is all about to be redeemed. Now that you know I saw every moment of your pain, let me pull back the veil of your reality and allow you to see from my perspective. Let me show you the divine purpose that was woven into the fabric of every silent moment you endured. You interpreted my silence as absence, but I tell you the truth. It was a sign of my most intense presence and focused work. You thought I was inactive, but I was more active in your life during that season of quiet than ever before. To help you understand, I want you to see what I was doing. Imagine a master jeweler hunched over his workbench in a quiet, secluded room. Before him lies a rare and priceless stone, a diamond of immense potential, but one that is still in its rough, uncut state. The room is utterly silent, save for the precise, focused sounds of his work. The light is concentrated on that single stone. His focus is absolute. He does not speak, he does not sing, he is not distracted. Why is it because he does not care for the diamond? No. It is because he cares for it so immensely. His silence is not a sign of indifference. It is the very proof of his concentration. His silence is a necessity for the delicate, intricate work he is performing. My beloved child, in this season of waiting, you have been that precious diamond upon my workbench. My silence was not me ignoring you. It was the silence of a master craftsman completely focused on the masterpiece of you. I was performing a work on your spirit so intricate, so vital, that any premature word from me would have disrupted the process. With the pressure of your circumstances, I was lovingly removing the impurities of fear and pride that you could not see. With the sharp, precise tool of my wisdom, I was cutting away facets of your character, removing the rough edges of impatience and doubt. With the steady polish of the waiting, I was bringing out a brilliance in your soul, a reflection of my own glory that could not have been revealed any other way. I was engraving my divine purpose so deeply into the core of your being that it could never be erased. If I had spoken too soon, if I had answered your prayer the moment you asked, you would have leapt from my workbench with joy, but the work would have been incomplete. You would have carried impurities and weaknesses into the very blessing you were asking for, and it would have eventually crushed you. My silence was my protection. It was the sacred, focused quiet of my love. But I was not only refining you, I was also grounding you. Picture in your mind the mightiest oak tree in the forest. It stands hundreds of feet tall, its branches a sanctuary, for the birds, its presence a testament to strength and endurance. It did not grow to that height overnight. In fact, for many years at the beginning of its life, it seemed to grow very little at all. An outside observer might have thought the tree was stunted, that its growth had been halted. But they would have been mistaken. Because during that time of apparent stillness, the most important work was happening out of sight, deep beneath the earth. The tree was expending all of its energy, driving its roots deeper and deeper into the soil. It was pushing through rocks, navigating unseen obstacles, and anchoring itself to the very bedrock of the land. This, my child, is what I have been doing in you. The season of silence, where you felt you were making no spiritual progress, was the season I was growing your roots. Your faith had been for a time like a shallowly planted sapling, dependent on the surface-level nourishment of feelings, experiences, and visible signs of my favor. But a faith with shallow roots cannot withstand the storms of life, nor can it bear the weight of a truly great destiny. So I quieted the surface. I allowed the topsoil of emotion to dry up, forcing the roots of your faith to dig deeper for their sustenance. I was teaching you to anchor yourself not in how you felt, but in who you know I am. I was driving your roots deep into the bedrock of my unchanging word and my faithful character. I was training you to draw life from my promises, even when you could not see any evidence of their fulfillment. You see, you were praying for me to make you taller, to make you grow. But a wise gardener knows that a tree cannot support great height without great depth. The coming storm you were so afraid of is not a storm of destruction. It is a hurricane of my blessing that is about to be released upon your life. And the silence you endured was me lovingly preparing you to be strong enough to receive it without being toppled. And finally, my child, let me share the most intimate reason for my silence. In my quiet, I was giving you the greatest invitation of your life. I was inviting you to learn the profound difference between seeking my hand and seeking my face. For much of your walk with me, you have, with a sincere and loving heart, sought my hand. You have sought what I could do for you. You looked for my provision, my healing, my guidance, my miracles, my blessings. These are good things to desire, gifts that I love to give. But a relationship built only on what one receives is an immature one. My heart yearns for a deeper intimacy with you. So I lovingly withdrew the visible activity of my hand so that you might begin to truly seek my face. Seeking my face means wanting me, not for what I can give you, but for who I am. It is to desire my presence more than my presence. It is to find your satisfaction in my character, not just in your circumstances. In the silence, I removed the props you had learned to lean on. The spiritual highs, the tangible signs, the constant reassurances. It felt terrifying. I know it did. But I was teaching you to walk by faith, not by sight. I was training you to love me in the dark, to trust me when you could not trace me, to find that I alone was enough for you. When everything else was stripped away, and all you had was a God who seemed silent, you were faced with a choice to walk away or to press in and love me for me alone. This painful season was your graduation, an invitation into a deeper, more resilient, and mature love. This is a new beginning for our relationship, a transition from a faith of infancy to a faith of intimacy. If you accept this invitation to walk in this new maturity, to seek my face above all else, declare this new beginning by typing the number 8 in the comments. Let it be a sign that you are stepping out of the old and into the glorious new thing I have prepared for you. because you have endured the refining fire, and because you have accepted the invitation to seek my face, a new decree is now being issued from the throne room of heaven over your life. The time for understanding the past is over. The time for receiving your future is here. So lean in now. Quiet your soul and hear the word of your God. Now hear me, my beloved child. The jeweler's work is complete. The roots of the oak have found their anchor in me. The lesson in the silence has been learned, and the final examination has been passed with honors. The season of preparation is officially and eternally closed. And I declare to you, and I declare to all the principalities and powers in the heavenly realms, that the great dam of heaven, the holy barrier that has held back the torrential downpour of your accumulated blessings, is now beginning to crack. The sound you are hearing in your spirit is not the sound of more silence. It is the sound of immense pressure building. Behind that dam is not a trickle of blessing, but a reservoir filled with every prayer you have ever prayed, every tear you have ever cried, and every promise I have ever made to you. It has been gathering, swelling, and rising, and its appointed time of release is now. The silence is broken. And my answer to your season of drought will not be a gentle rain. It will be a flood, a deluge, a holy tsunami of my goodness, my grace, and my glory is about to be unleashed upon your life. And this flood will rush into every dry place, every barren land, every desolate valley of your existence. In the area of your provision, where you have known lack, scarcity, and the constant anxiety of not enough, I am now releasing the rivers of my supply. Doors of opportunity that were slammed shut in your face will not just be opened. They will be blown clean off their hinges by the force of my favor. Resources you don't even know you need are already being dispatched from the north, south, east, and west. I will give you ideas that will turn into streams of income. I will command strangers to bless you. I will bring supernatural debt cancellation. My favor will not just be upon you. It will hunt you down and overtake you. You will go from a mindset of survival to a mindset of abundance, for I am about to make you a conduit through which my financial blessings will flow to bless others. In the area of your healing where there have been breaches and brokenness, my flood will bring total restoration. The painful silence in your broken relationships will be broken by the sound of humility and reconciliation. Prepare yourself for the phone call you never thought you'd receive, the text message of apology you had given up on, the conversation that will mend the wounds of years, and for the physical and emotional pain that has tormented you in the secret place, I say no more. That spirit of infirmity, that chronic pain, that lingering depression and anxiety must now bow to the authority of my name. I am releasing a wave of my restorative power to wash over your body and your mind. Peace will be your new normal. Strength will return to your bones. Joy will be the new atmosphere of your soul. And in the area of your purpose, where you have been wandering in a fog of confusion, I am releasing the light of my absolute clarity. The frustration of not knowing which way to turn is ending today. I am silencing every other voice of opinion, of fear, and of doubt, so that my voice will be the only one you hear. It will be a clear, precise, and unmistakable compass in your spirit. I will not show you the whole 10-year plan, but I will illuminate your very next step so brightly that you cannot miss it. The paralysis of indecision is breaking off you right now. You will wake up with a renewed sense of direction, a holy assignment, and a passion to fulfill the destiny I have written for your life since before the foundation of the world. These are not just possibilities. They are the articles of your new season, a divine and established order for your life. You belong to my royal family, a new tribe of faith set apart for my glory. If you accept your position and step into this divine government, I have decreed over you, I want you to affirm your citizenship in this new season. do so by typing the number 12 in the comments. Let it be your official signature agreeing with the covenant of abundance, healing, and purpose I am now enacting in your life. I know your heart, my child. I know that after so long in the silence, a promise of this magnitude can feel overwhelming, almost too good to be true. And so to anchor your faith and to serve as a sign that everything I have spoken is coming to pass, I am going to give you a personal and intimate confirmation. Within the next 24 hours, I will send you a sign. It will be one of two things. You will suddenly hear a song that you have not heard in many years. A song from a different season of your life. It will come on the radio, in a store, or from a source you do not expect. But when you hear it, the lyrics will leap out at you as if I wrote them just for you this morning. They will speak directly into the heart of your situation, a secret message from me to you. Or you will see a single pure white feather. It will be in a place where a feather has no business being on the dashboard of your car, on your kitchen floor, on the path in front of you. When you see it, do not dismiss it. Know that it is a physical reminder from your Heavenly Father of my promise in Psalm 91 that I will cover you with my feathers, and under my wings you will find refuge. It is a sign of my angels who are being dispatched on your behalf. When one of these signs appears, your spirit will leap within you, for you will know that it is a personal wink from heaven. It is my whisper directly to your soul, confirming everything you have heard today. It is me saying to you, I am here, I have spoken, and the flood has already begun. My word has now gone forth. It has been spoken into your spirit, and it will not return to me void. It will accomplish the very thing for which I have sent it. But faith, my child, is not a passive spectator sport. It is an active partnership. The greatest miracles in history occurred when my divine power was met with a human act of obedience. I have extended my hand to you. Now I am asking you to take it. I have opened the door. Now I am asking you to walk through it. What you do in the next few moments and in the next few hours will serve as a powerful declaration to all of heaven and hell that you have not only heard my word, but you have received it. These are not mere rituals. These are acts of war against the kingdom of doubt. These are your activation steps. First, you must break your own silence with a declaration of faith. For too long, your mouth has been silent, or it has spoken the language of your circumstances, the language of worry, of defeat, of hopelessness. But I have given you a new language to speak. Do not let this word I have spoken to you remain a passive thought. You must participate with it. Take the spiritual authority I have placed within you as my child, and go to the comment section right now. I want you to write a declaration that will shake the spiritual atmosphere. Write these words: the Lord has broken the silence. 777. Do not just type it. Release your faith with every letter. The number 777 is the number of my divine completion, my heavenly perfection, and my triumphant victory. It is the antithesis of the enemy's chaotic and unfinished work. It is the seal of heaven upon my promise. Every comment with this declaration is a spiritual hammer blow against the memory of that wall of silence. Your declaration is not just for you. It is a testimony for every other soul who reads it, a beacon of hope for those who are still lost in the quiet. Let the comments on this video become a global chorus of breakthrough, a digital wall of remembrance declaring that your God has spoken. Second, I want you to perform a prophetic act of worship, a physical action that aligns your body with the truth your spirit has just received. This will bring the promise out of the spiritual realm and anchor it into your physical world. Tonight, before you go to sleep, go to your kitchen and take a simple glass. Fill it with water. This water is not holy, and this glass is not a magic charm. But your faith will transform this simple act into a profound moment of spiritual significance. Hold the glass of water in both hands. Feel its weight. See its clarity. It is real. It is tangible. And as you hold it, I want you to speak to me. Thank me for the coming flood of my blessing. Thank me that my promises are even more real and more tangible than the water in your hands. Then I want you to speak this prophetic declaration over it out loud. As this water is real in my hand, so is the flood of the Lord's blessing real in my life. As I drink this, I receive the end of my drought. And then I want you to drink all of it. Don't sip it timidly. Drink it with purpose as a person dying of thirst who has just found a life-giving spring. As that physical water touches your body, I want you to receive by faith a spiritual downpour of my hope, my peace, and my provision. Let this simple act be a line in the sand. It is your personal declaration that the season of dryness is officially over and the season of the overflow has begun. You will go to sleep tonight, not as a person who is waiting for a promise, but as one who has already consumed it. Finally, I have given you this word of breakthrough, not only for you to be blessed, but for you to become a blessing. My power is never meant to terminate with you. It is designed to flow through you to others. This promise is too powerful, this hope too glorious, to keep to yourself. Right now, in this very moment, my Holy Spirit is beginning to bring names and faces to your mind. Do not dismiss them. Do not rationalize them. The first 3 people who are coming to your heart right now are not a random thought. They are a divine assignment. They are the ones who are currently where you were just moments ago, suffering in silence, crying out into what feels like a void, their hope worn down to a thread. Your obedience is the key to their miracle. I want you to take this message, this lifeline, and send it to them with a personal note of encouragement. Do it now. Do not delay. When you partner with me to become a silence breaker in someone else's life, a powerful spiritual principle is unleashed. As you sow the seed of hope into their barren ground, you will reap a multiplied harvest of communication and clarity from me in your own life. As you become the answer to their prayer, I will accelerate the answers to yours. When you allow me to use your hands to pass this water to the thirsty, I will open up rivers of living water for you that you never dreamed possible. You will become a messenger of hope, a conduit of my voice, and the roar of my presence in your own life will become so loud, it will silence the whispers of the enemy forever. You have done well, my faithful child. Through your declarations of faith, you have partnered with my power. Through your prophetic acts, you have given substance to your hope. And by becoming a messenger, you have allowed my love to flow through you. The work of activation is complete. Now there is only one thing left to do: receive. So right where you are, I want you to be still. Close your eyes if you can, and just be present with me. Let's take a breath together. A deep, cleansing breath. As you exhale, I want you to consciously release everything from the former season. Breathe out the memory of the silence. Breathe out the sting of comparison and the pain of unanswered prayers. Breathe out the exhaustion of having to be strong, the residue of the desert, the taste of ashes and dust. Let it all go. It is a finished chapter. Now take another deep breath, but this time you are inhaling something new. Breathe in my grace, which is sufficient for you. Breathe in my mercy, which is new every morning. Breathe in the sweet, joyful expectation of a promise on the verge of fulfillment. Smell the rain in the air. Feel the shift in the atmosphere. Your posture has now changed. You are no longer the one on your knees begging for a drop of rain in a barren desert. You are my beloved heir, standing confidently on the banks of a mighty river that is about to overflow. You are no longer defined by what you lacked, but by the abundance I am releasing. As you step forward into this new season of blessing and breakthrough, I do not want you to walk alone. The journey is always richer, and the burdens are always lighter when we walk in family. This channel, this space where you have met me today, is more than just a collection of videos. Think of it as a home for your heart. It is a well you can return to daily to be refreshed. It is your family table, a place to be reminded of who you are and what I have promised you. So I invite you to officially join this community of silence breakers and flood receivers. Your act of pressing the subscribe button is more than just a click. It is a declaration of your intent. It is you saying, "Father, I want to hear from you regularly. I want my heart to be open to your voice." And when you turn on the notification bell, you are saying, "I don't want to miss a single appointment you have scheduled for me." Let this be your sanctuary on the battlefield, a constant reminder that you are not alone, and that my word for your life is always available. And now, my beloved child, go. Go into the rest of your day, not with the timid posture of a survivor, but with the quiet, unshakable confidence of an overcomer. Hold your head high, not with pride in your own strength, but with absolute assurance in mine, which is perfected in you. Listen for my voice now, not in the thunder, but in the gentle whispers. I will speak to you in the lyrics of a song, in the timely encouragement of a friend, in a sudden wave of peace that calms your heart, in the unexpected beauty of the world around you. I bless you and I keep you. I make my face shine upon you and I am gracious to you. I lift my countenance toward you and I give you peace now and forevermore. The silence is truly and completely over. Your season has begun. Amen.